Woo! I think we're working. So, nope, we're not gonna just postpone. Nope, no time to postpone. Okay, guys, so we may only have 4 people playing, myself included, but let's give it a shot. So let's take a look. Kahoot. Let's play. Woo-hoo. Boom, ba-da, boom, boom, boom. Woo! Stella's playing. That's exciting. So far, Stella's probably going to win. We will wait, Stella, till about 8:35. God, this is so late. But there we go. There's Paul. Up. Stella has competition. It's exciting. Super exciting. I don't know where my cat went, but I think it's on my shelf. So we've got two in. That's exciting. Rachel's in the house. That's exciting. Yeah, I've got 4 people watching, so that's super good. Odds are, and I could be wrong, odds are we might be going up, so that's cool. Now I have this running on a different I don't want to say, what is it? Different computer. So that's cool. Okay. Again, guys, I'm really sorry it's so late. I made a cool Kahoot, but it's for 3 people. So that's exciting. There's 5 up. I think I'm 2 people. There are more people watching, but it turns out it just included myself as one of them. So, you know, that's exciting. Where's my thing? Yeah, unfortunately, there's probably not gonna be a lot of people doing this Kahoot. It is only 2 hours late, and I did kind of break YouTube. That's a little unfortunate. But the good news is, so far, 3 of us will be able to play. If you, 4 people now, we went down a watcher. So we'll find out. Hopefully, though, And it could be terribly wrong. Oh gosh. So I'm doing this in my garage, not to set a roommate or two. So my cats are exploring my garage, and now one of them is about to jump onto my garage door. So that's exciting. I'll have to figure that out later. We will start in 2 minutes. Although if you have some friends that you want to text Rachel or Stella, feel free to let them know, or either you can just shoot me an email with what Starbucks you want tomorrow morning. All right. Asher has joined. Woo, exciting. Thank you for joining, Asher. Sorry, ladies, the odds of you winning has just decreased. So let's give it another shot. Hopefully Paul is coming back. So we'll start. Let's give it 2 more minutes. It's not a free smart channel. Excellent. Welcome back, Splat. Taco and burrito. Jen Tiger, it appears you will not be winning. So that's exciting. But Trashy, it appears you might be if you are a Trashy taco and burrito. Could be wrong. Yeah, when YouTube went down, I'm not gonna lie, I'm fairly certain I broke it for everyone. So I'm a little bit proud of that, but I'm also a little bit annoyed at the same time. Woo! 5 people. It's actually a competition now. So that's a little exciting. Yeah, I'm really proud of the fact that I broke YouTube. So we have 6 people now. It's kind of exciting. Jen, that was my goal. Just break your life. Splat, who were you talking to around the world? I read forums. I certainly didn't talk to anyone, but that's impressive. Oh, we're down to 5. Who'd we lose? Ah, Stella. YouTube Rewind 18. So I don't have the screen currently going, but while we possibly wait for more people, we'll start in 1 more minute. Although we keep adding more people. type into the chat. Jen, quit complaining. Join. So I have one cat in a box and one cat trying to block the Kahoot screen. In case you're wondering what my end of the spectrum looks like over here. Can you guys hear what I'm saying? Thank you, Trashy. Always good to know. Yeah, 11 people out of 170 is pretty sad. Although you could make the argument you are my best 11 students, considering it started 2 hours late. So that's exciting. So here we go. Austin, thank you, Mr. Prez. So I'm gonna post the 11 8 601. Oh my gosh, I'm such an old man. That you are, Girl Tiger. So here we go. If you would like to join, by all means, you may. But here we go. 15 questions. Islam, Judaism, and Christianity have much in common, including their belief in polytheism, the same people in the sacred texts, the same dietary restrictions, or similar dress code requirements. Two more people. Here we go. Woo! Okay, so yes, for the most part, they have the same people in their sacred texts. There aren't necessarily the same dietary restrictions. In Christianity, you are going to get some things like on Fridays, people aren't supposed to eat meat. But for the most part, it's all that they have the same people in their sacred texts. Little printer, look at you. What is Salat? So what is Salat? It's a lot of info. A ritual prayer performed 5 times a day, the requirement to go on a pilgrimage, or the right to defend oneself. Don't worry, Gen Tiger. There's a lot more where that came from. Whoa. So, yes, it's going to be a ritual prayer that's performed 5 times a day. The requirement to go on a pilgrimage is actually going to be something else. Hint, hint, wink, wink. It might be later on in the day, as in a few questions. And the right to defend oneself is also going to be a little bit later. Yes, but salat, for the most part, is the fact that people can pray 5 times a day. So, for Muslims, praying 5 times a day that emphasizes fairness, courage, kindness, or discipline. This one you may have to think about a little bit. So, oh, damn it. Pardon my French. How do I get that back? Show chat. There we go. Woo! 9 people in. 15 people are watching. That's exciting. Where? I don't know how to. Boom. Yes, is gonna primarily be discipline. I know. I'm sorry, Mr. President. I'm sorry. Hopefully, things work out for you. So, what? That's not what I want. Yes, but primarily it's going to be discipline. While kindness and courage, or kindness and fairness, are going to be implemented, discipline is going to be, it's 5 times a day, guys. It's real hard to do. So it's really all about discipline. Prez, you're on a streak. Although 5 players have reached an answer streak of 3, that's pretty convenient. So a chart listing the 5 pillars of Islam would include the following: studying the Quran, giving to the needy, honor your parents, or observe the Sabbath. Now, I'm going to be honest, guys, this is a little bit of a tricky question, so keep that one in mind. So all these questions, we do have 60 seconds, so keep that in mind. Although there is one question, I think I put that 90 seconds because Kahoot only lets you do so many words, and so I got the paper version. Boom, baby. Woo! Yeah, this one was not an easy one. So studying the Quran does seem like something that you would want, but listing in the 5 pillars, you are going to have it say that they want you to give to the needy, especially if you're one of those well-off individuals. You're definitely going to want to be able to give to the needy. So observing the Sabbath, that's usually Saturday. While that does seem like something of interest, it's not necessarily going to be something in the 5 pillars. So Asher has risen. It's exciting. How is daily life different Muslims during Ramadan? They repeat the Shahada. They have many large parties. They do not eat during the day, or they gather for midday prayers. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Woo! Yeah, they do not eat during the day. So they don't necessarily, there's nothing really about the fact they have real large parties. But during Ramadan, they don't eat during the day. So that means they have to wake up a little early to eat some food. And then they make sure, they're well hydrated. They're all that good and jazz. And then they're going to eat at the end of the, once the sun has gone down. Sharia is a traditional Islamic Food, prayer, hygiene methods, or law? Yeah, so YouTube Live has about a 10-second delay. I don't really know why that is, but for some reason they do. So I can see, well, obviously what's going on currently, because I'm currently experiencing it, but then I can see everything going on. Yeah, for live streams, I have a 10-second delay. That's pretty much it. Okay, so Sharia is the traditional Islamic law. There's no such thing as necessarily an Islamic food, and the prayer may seem kind of like a similar thing that you want to keep in mind. And the food is, food is more of a local thing. But Sharia is going to be Islamic law. Like, we're going to have a question about that in a moment as well. So what does jihad mean? The struggle within oneself, the 5 pillars of faith, the pilgrimage to Mecca, or the need to bathe arms, legs, feet, hands, and face. This one's a little tricky, not gonna lie. Don't worry, Splat 4man, Splat M4N. These things happen. But I'm sure tomorrow you'll have plenty of time. So the struggle within oneself is what the jihad means. So the 5 pillars of faith, pilgrimage to Mecca, and the need to bathe arms and legs. Those are going to be parts of Islam. However, the struggle within oneself is what jihad is actually going to mean. A lot of times you hear about jihad in the news. However, it's going to be misinterpreted due to some extremists that really take religion the wrong way. And there's all sorts of things like that in other religions, but within Islam, you're definitely going to see a disproportion in the news. Andrew's Rising. Holy smokes. So the 5th pillar of Islam is a pilgrimage. How is it different from the other? Is a duty of every Muslim. It is required only once in a lifetime. It is based on teachings in the Quran, or it can be done by large groups. Oh, ew, my knees, old man. So Nolan, yeah, it does mean to strive, but in my opinion, I think that's a little bit of a basic answer. So in terms of jihad, so we wanted to fulfill that out a little bit more. Yeah, sorry about that, Splatman. Woo, this one's tricky. So yeah, this was a difficult one. So the pilgrimage, it should, in theory, everyone should do it at least once in their lifetime. Some people actually do it several times, but for the most part, it's going to be kind of a big, expensive trip. I mean, you got to get yourself to Saudi Arabia for that. So not everyone can necessarily afford it. And while it can be done in large groups, it is primarily, the thing is, it's only a once in a lifetime experience. And it is a duty of every Muslim. So this is kind of a tricky thing, but it's also a very vague answer. So you want to keep that in mind. When you get asked questions like this, you want to be real specific. as specific as you can. Don't worry, please don't slap your head too much, Splatman. So, what is the difference between the Quran and the Sunnah? One is thick, one is not. One is religious, one is not. One is the holy book of Islam and one is about Muhammad's life. And then the last one is Sunnah than the other. Thank you, thank you. I'll be here for about 10 more minutes. What? Yellow is oddly specific. It's almost like that might potentially be a plausible answer, but we'll find out in a minute. Whoa! Yeah, one is thick, one is not. Yeah, no, that's not necessarily it. So one is the Holy Book of Islam, and the other is about Muhammad's life. I'm really sorry, guys. The other ones were a little difficult. This green one, though, was probably my favorite answer to come up with. Not gonna lie. Andrew's on fire. My God, I didn't even give him the answers before. I swear, I swear. Question 10. To which question would Muslims answer Muhammad? Who is God in human form? Who is the messenger of God? Who was an angel sent by God? Who was God's warrior on earth? Woo! Good job, peeps. Need I say no more? I do not. Let's keep going so that you guys can go to bed, because it's certainly past yours truly's bedtime. What is a Hajj? A beautiful sandwich with all the right spices, a holy place of worship. How should I know? A pilgrimage to Mecca. Well, Jen Tiger, you may go to bed at 12, but I woke up at 4 this morning, so this is a little tricky. It's amazing how much stuff you can get done at 4. Woo! Yeah, it is a pilgrimage to Mecca. How should I know is a terrible pun. And a holy place of worship, well, may have possibly be considered that it's actually for Islam, it's going to be a mosque. That's spelled Mosque. Unfortunately, it's not a beautiful sandwich with all the right spices. Although that does sound rather tasty right now. Question 12. Why did Muslims who conquered not leave them free to practice their own religion? The Quran forbade forcing others to convert. The caliphs were afraid the people might rebel. Islam did not permit taking its followers as slaves, or tradition said that faith came only through suffering. Don't worry, cool guy 027. I'm a little sad as well that no one picked the sandwich. Bum, bum, bum. Yes, you can. It's 11-8-601. Woo! This one was a tricky one. Yeah, so the Quran is going to forbade them from forcing people to convert, which kind of makes sense if you think, because if you want people to join your religion, if you force people to do it, they're not going to like it just on the fact they were forced to do so. So that's going to be the main things. They're going to kind of say like, hey, if you want to join, awesome. You kind of suck militarily. We understand that. But for the most part, we want to make sure that, you want to join because you want to join. So the colleagues are going to be, the colleagues being afraid that people might rebel. That's not going to be a huge concern. Like, yeah, that's always going to happen. But for the most part, they want to make sure if it's a religious thing, they want to keep people, in line like that. Now, Islam did not necessarily permit taking its own followers as slaves, or tradition said that while these do sound like good, decent answers, the Quran is going to forbid people from forcing others to convert, which kind of is really contradictory to a lot of things you might be hearing in the news about Islamic extremists. So keep that in mind. So what do Muslims do during Siyam? So they fast during the day during Ramadan. They eat pork during the day. They go on a pilgrimage to Mecca. They pray 5 times a day. Linical, I think you can still join. I mean, there's only 2 questions left, so you might have to go back and observe. But I could be wrong. I'm actually never on the student perspective of Kahoot, particularly because I'd probably win. I say probably because it's not necessarily guaranteed. I might pull a Splatman and accidentally click the wrong one. Cool guy 27. Which period are you in? Woo! What? So, during Siam, they fast during the day during Ramadan. Glad no one picked that they eat pork. They do not eat pork at any point during the day. Now, they go on a pilgrimage to Mecca. That is going to be something they do, but not during Siam. And they pray 5 times a day. While they do pray 5 times a day, that's actually one of the other pillars. Cool guy 27. You think you're in 6th period? What? Oh my God. Excellent. Okay, so we've got, ooh, looks like Andrew is within striking distance by Deprez. And if Asher, Asher answers this before I even ask it, oh my gosh. I don't think that will have an effect, but that'd just be exciting. In some countries, Islamic law is the law of the land. However, where's my paper? Okay, so in some countries, Islamic law is the law of the land. Other Muslim nations have a non-religion-based legal system. What does this show about Islamic culture? It is based on the Quran. It has no rules for behavior. It varies from place to place, or it expanded through conquest. Again, that question is, in some countries, Islamic law is the law of the land. Other Muslim nations have a non-religion-based legal system. What does this show about Islamic culture? Now, I gave this one 90 seconds because I did have to reread it a few times, because I have probably going to have to reread it. Kahoot has a limit on how many characters you can put into a question. This one's a little long. So again, that question is, in some countries, Islamic law is the law of the land. Other Muslim nations have a non-religion-based legal system. What does this show about the Islamic culture? I'm so glad that you guys can only see my screen because my dancing is terrible. And I have a cat asleep in a box. So, yeah, so this one's going to be the thing. It's going to vary from place to place primarily. So not necessarily that it has no rules for behavior or expanding through conquest, but we're talking about modern day. So some countries are going to use, some countries for example, Saudi Arabia, are going to have very specific laws regarding what they can and can't do based on the Quran. Now, other places are going to be much more lenient, so it's going to be quite a different thing. So this was a challenging question, but if you're paying attention, which it sounds like most of you currently are, the 16 currently watching, including myself. This may help you on the quiz. Half of these questions today, you will actually see on the quiz tomorrow. Whoa, what an upset. Oh my gosh. That's like less than 70, like 68. So, should we do more of these Kahoots? Only this one's for you. This is my favorite class. P.S. There is no wrong answer. Yeah, I'm sorry, Gen Tiger. More people did join an Instep, particularly because it was on time and YouTube wasn't broken. Oh my gosh, did it just break again? So keep that in mind. This is hopefully normally it's just not broken. So this is my favorite class. I'm a little excited, and heck yes, that's also exciting. So let's see. Woo! Good job, Deprez. Andrew, you were darn close. So, no, I was not dissing Josue. I was totally thinking Josue would be here. But it's also 2 hours later than expected. So, no, I see Josue all the time. He's awesome. So keep that in mind. Nolan, please text me or mention in your little chatty thing what you would like tomorrow from a place like Starbucks, unless you're more of a, Jamba guy or something else like that. So thank you guys so much for joining. Hopefully next time it will totally fine. If you wanted to quickly either send me a private message or email me saying who you were, I'll shoot you a PBS ticket for being so responsible and trying this out tonight. So thank you guys. Have a good night. Let me figure out how to, oh gosh, how do I end this? Oh no. Okay. Guys, ignore me for a second. I'm gonna try and figure out how to shoot. How? Ah! Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Oh my gosh, this is